Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome back to my game of 2d6 Dungeon by Toby Lancaster. This is it, guys. I have reached level 10 of the dungeon. Bryke made his way down there. Now, between the last video and this one, I went to town. I didn't do anything extraordinary. I sold some potions, converted my silver to gold, my copper to silver, and my silver to gold. I ended up with like 49 gold. Sold some potions, bought some stuff to make or I bought some extra health potions. Had to sell some extra health to buy an extra potion of regen because you can only carry 5 potions. Now, I've probably broken that rule numerous times throughout the game, but I'm going into this trying to adhere to the rules as I know them. Level 10 is interesting. It has there are these things called the Dungeon Lords, and there is a whole storyline that's going to develop here once you discover the first room. There are some other rules here. The dungeon has moved from a 20 by 20 minimum size to a 25 by 25. Now, if you multiply 25 by 25, you get 625. This is 20 by 35, which is 700. So this is pure large enough for level 10. It may not be a square, but it will allow me to move around. All right, so I've made some notes here just so I don't forget. I have 5 favor points to call in with Miratani, 3 with Nevizator. I have 2 regen potions, 1 extra heal. I have a shrapnel potion for 2d6 plus 4 damage, and I have a flame jar potion, or bomb, 3d6 plus 5. I'm going to be honest, I'm going into this not knowing if I'm going to survive because I know this is going to be a very hard dungeon. Now there are rules, and let me tell you how this works. There are corridors here, but none of the rooms are really small. So the rule tells you for levels 9, or actually level 10, it tells you to add 2 to the roll. For level 10, you add 2 to the roll. So if I rolled a 5 and a 3, okay, it says add 2 to both dice. So this becomes a 7 by 5 room. So there's lots of big rooms. And it says there are no large rooms here. If you roll a large room, it triggers the Dungeon Lord sequence. And the first room will start. It's called the Blood Pool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flag this page because I'm probably going to have to reference it. And we are going to start, let's roll for the starting one, which is a 4 by 2. And so if we add 2 to it, it would be a 6 by 4, which is just a standard room, not a large room. So it is just a normal size room, 6 by 4. So we'll go 6 this way and 4 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. And each room, this is the entry room, so it will have 3 column exits to start from. And I'm just going to write down entry room here, and away we go. All right, so let's go left. I always try to give myself as much space as possible. So I'm going to roll a green and a red. Green is the X coordinate, Y is Y is this way. And we have a large room because that is going to be a 7 by 5. Actually, hold on. Large rooms are 40 or bigger. So no, that is not a large room. 7 times 5 is 35. Yeah. So we have a 7 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it won't be able to fit. So we can go up 1 if we go 6 by 7 or 6 by 6, that would be 36. That's close enough. So it'll be a 6 by 6 room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see, how many exits are in this room? I rolled a 6, which means 3 exits. Well, I'll keep 1 as this door, and we'll put 1 here, and we'll put 1 here, like that. All right, so we now have our room. And I go to the level 10 normal size rooms, which level 10 normal room, well, hold on. There is no large room table. If you roll a large room, it triggers, but this is not a large room. So this would just be a level 10 small room. Okay, let me see. Sorry, I got a text message. I wanted to respond. Can you... All right, let's see. So I guess that's just a level 10 small room. Page 100. All right, so we will roll, oh, it's just 2d6, so you add them. That is an 8. An 8 is blood symbol. All right, so this will be room number 1. Blood symbol. Is it unique? No. It says, painted on the wall is a symbol that represents one of the dungeon lords. You feel it resonating dark energy. You begin to choke and back away, lose 8 health. By the way, I did level up to level 10. I went back and reviewed some of the monsters that I wasn't giving myself XP for, and I was at like 19,000, and I did. I got the 25. So if I lose 8, that means I'm down to 92. And by the way, I honestly, if you don't make level 10, I don't believe you should be going into level 10. It's just too difficult. All right, we are now at 92 health, just because of a dark symbol. All right. So minus 8 health, and that is it. Nothing else happens in the room. All right, let's go north. Let's go north. And we have a 4x1, which is a corridor. You do not add 2 to 1s, it tells you. So this is a 4x1, so it will go over 4 and up 1. So we'll just have it go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 1, like that. Now, I believe in this game there is a chance for dead-end hallways, because you're supposed to roll for exits, but I don't. I just keep pushing through the dungeon. So we're going to follow it and see where it goes. And guess what? We now have our very first large room. This is going to be an 8x6, which is 48. So 8 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I draw the corners to frame the room like that. Then I roll for number of exits. 4 is 2. So we'll put 1 here, and we will put 1 over here. Now, this is room number 2, and it says the very first room you hit that is large is the blood pool. So we will write blood pool, and I got to go find it. Level 10 large rooms. And level 10 dungeon, here we go, the dungeon lords. Okay, the blood room. Where are you? Blood pool, here it is, 1A. So hold on, so, but it says, I guess you just roll for rooms. That's interesting. It's a little confusing. All right, blood pool. In the center of the room is a large pool of blood. All right, here's a pool of blood. The walls run with blood. The air is thick. As you enter, the blood lord rises from the pool, dripping with blood. You must fight. Archways. Archways. All right, and it is unique. So the next room will be 1B, which is going to be, I don't know. We'll see. All right, so let me get the card. I honestly have never even, I assume it's a level 10 creature. Level 9, level 9, level 9, level 9. Level 9. I've never made it to Luntet. Well, there he is, right up top. Blood Lord. Oh, 100 hit points, just like me, and 4,000 XP. Well, okay. He blocks on, oh, wow. He blocks on primary 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. It doesn't matter what I roll. He blocks on a primary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 at -7 damage. So he's always going to be taking less than 7 damage. All right, let's go ahead and hurt him bad. I am going to throw the flame jar at him, which does 3d6 plus 5 automatically, and it does not count. I think it does count as my attack. I am going to track his health with this. He starts at 100, so we'll just say 99 because I'm not going to dig out a third die. So we're at 100, and I'm going to roll 3d6 and add 5. I got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is not a lot. But it doesn't. He doesn't block on it. 6, 7, 8, 6, 8, 10, 15 health. So he goes down to 85. All right, not a bad strike. We are on turn number 1. Now he will strike out at me with and his shift, by the way, is 4, just like mine. Wow. All right, he swings and rolls a 1-4. His maneuvers are 1-3 and 3-1. The one that does the most damage will be the 3-1. Now with 4 damage or 4 shift, he can't get this to a 3. He can get this to a 3, but not a 1. So he will have to go with a 1-3. I do block on a primary 1 at -2. The damage is 3d6 plus 5. Wow. And he subtracts 2. So 3d6 plus 3. Yeah. 2, 4, 7, 5, 7 plus, what did I say, 3, 10 damage. I'm already down to 82. All right. The flame jar is gone. Let's throw the shrapnel potion at him. It does 2d6 plus 4. I'm going for the auto hits here. 2d6 plus 4, excuse me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 2 natural 6s. I did roll. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16, 86 would be 70. So it goes down to 69. Did I say that right? 12, 16, yeah, 79. Oh, okay. All right, 79 health. All right, round number 2. He swings at me with a 3-4, which with 4 shift, he can knock this down to a 3-1, which does 3d6 plus 6. I do block on a primary 3 at -2, so it will do 3d6 plus 4. 8, 9 plus 4 is 13. I'm down to 69. Man, he is doing his damage. All right. Now it is turn number 3, and I have to attack. I am all out of sneaky items to do. I will attack with a 6-4, which is an exact hit. It ignores his interrupts. Actually, is that true? I'm going to double check that. I don't want to win this by cheating. I think it only ignores armor interrupts. Let me double check. Combat. All right. Double 6s. This is an exact strike. It does more damage. You add your shift to the damage total, including the fatigue die adjustments, which there aren't any yet. If both dice match, you perform it, hit the crit. In other words, the primary and secondary roll need to match the primary and secondary. All right, so this is not the one where you lose his thing. It does more. You may add your shift. Roll for damage using the sum. Okay. So you do add your shift. So it does 2d6 plus 9, and then I'm adding my shift, which is 4. So it's going to do 2d6 plus 13, and then he takes off 7 because he blocks on everything. So 2d6 plus 6, right? 13 minus 7, yeah. 2d6 plus 6. I rolled a 5 plus 6 is 11. He goes down to 68. Not great. My turn. Now we both get a single shift bonus shift point. And I come at him, and I rolled a 5-5. I could make it, I always want to take the best thing, and I could easily make this a 6-4 with my 4 shift. So it's again 2d6 plus 13 minus 7, 2d6 plus 6. 7 plus 6 is 13. Hold on. That was his attack, wasn't it? Hold on. He hit me. No, it was my attack. So we're, so 7 plus 6 is 13 damage. So he's down to 58. 58. No, hold on. 7 plus 6 is 13. He was at 68, right? 68 minus 7 plus 6 is 13. 58. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Now it's his turn. He rolls a 3-4. Well, he can obviously turn that into a 3-1, which is what he wants to do. 3d6 plus 6 minus 2 is 3d6 plus 4. 2, 4, 5, 9 damage. I'm down to 60. Turn number 5, we both get 2 bonus shift. I rolled a 1-6, which is a horrible roll. So I have 6 shift. It would take 5. I can't get it to a 6-4. 4 plus 4 is 8. I can't get it to a 5-2. So the best I can do is a 1-2, which stinks. Oh, that's bad. All right, 1-2, which does 2d6 plus 8 minus 7 is 2d6 plus 1. 8 plus 1 is 9 damage. He is down to 49. 49, and he will now swing at me. He rolls a 2-4. A 2-4, can he get that to a 3-1? I believe he can. With 4 shift, it would be 1 and then 3. Yeah, he can do it. He can totally get that to a, well, it was a 1-4, so he gets this to 2 plus 3 is 5. Yeah, he's got it. So he gets it to a 3-1. Doesn't really matter. It's 3d6 plus 6 minus 2 is 3d6 plus 4. 6, 7, 8, 12. I'm down to 48. Turn number 6. And we both get 3 bonus shift. I will come at him with a 1-5. Again, I don't think I can get that. A 5 would be 4. Hold on, can I get this to a 6-4? It would take 5 and 1, which is 6. I have 7. Yes, I can do a 6-4, which is 2d6 plus 9 minus 7 is 2d6 plus 2. Yeah, that's the best I can do. 7 plus 2 is 9. He's down to 40. All right, now we're at turn number 7 where the interrupts will not increase. Let me double check this. I want to make sure because after 7, it gets weird. So after 7, creature interrupts that involve movement or moving an item no longer count. This has a red haze. I don't think that's armor, so I think he still gets his interrupts. Yeah. So armor-based interrupts. All right. So my turn. I have 7 shift. I rolled a 4-4. I can make that a 6-4, which is 2d6 plus 9 minus 7 is 2d6 plus 2. I'll re-roll that. 7 plus 2 is 9. He's down to 31. He comes at me with a 5-6. He has 7 shift. That would be 2 and 5 is 7. He can do it. So with a 3-1, he will once again do 3d6 plus 4. 11, 12, 13 plus 4 is 17. I'm down to 31. We are tied. 31. Well, I have a potion I could take, which would get me back up to 91. I'm going to do that. For this turn, I'm going to drink one of my potions of regeneration. I go up 60, so I'm up to 91. And he will strike at me again. He rolls a 1-4. Well, he can still get this to the better one, which is 3d6 plus 6. So this, we would take 2 plus 3 is 7. Yeah, he can do it. 3-1. And he does 3d6 plus 4. 8, 12, 16. 16, I can't even do basic math. 75. 75. Just like that. Bam. All right. All right, let me think. Now we're at my turn. I will strike at him. I rolled a 5-5. I will make that a 6-4. And it is 2d6 plus 2. I'll re-roll that. 10 plus 2 is 12. That takes me down to 19, or him down to 19. So basically, we're just going to keep hitting each other. With 7 shift, it's almost impossible to miss. There probably is a combination that would cause a miss, but I'm not seeing it. All right, he rolled a 3-3, which absolutely he can make a 3-1. 3d6 plus 4. That was a 1. 4, 8, plus 4 is 12. 63. All right. 63. Okay. I will swing at him. I rolled a, well, let me roll a red. I rolled a 4-5. Yeah, I can make that a 6-4. Pretty much every roll with 7 shift. Almost every shift. 6-4, 2d6 plus 2. That is 9, plus 2 is 11. He's down to 8. And he swings with a 2-5. It would be 1 point and 4. He can do it. 3-1. I don't think there's any way he can miss me at this point. 3-1. I tell you what, this -7 every time is really, really hurting. He does a 3-1, 3d6 plus 4. 7, 8, 9, 13. I am down to 50. Good night, man. 50. All right. Hopefully I hit him. I got a 2-1, which would be 4 and 3. I can do that with 7. I get it up to a 6-4. 2d6 plus 2. I need 8 damage. I got 10 plus 2 is 12, and he is defeated. I get 4,000 XP, so I'm up to 29,000. It doesn't really matter. Even if I had not quite made it, I would have made it now. It says roll on the level 10 ST. I don't even know what that is. Level 10 ST is a treasure roll. Let me find it. Level 10 ST. Special treasure, page 93. It is right here. It is 2d6. You add them together. That is a 7, excuse me. Wrapped in a square hemp are 4 explosive marbles. Explosive marbles. 4 of them. There's also 2d6 gold. 8 gold. Well, that might matter if I go to town. I might have to go to town to buy more potions. I've got 8 gold, but that's not going to do me much good. All right. And then, by the way, it also says for level 10, one of the treasures you find upon the Netherlord. Okay, the Netherlord is the final dude, and I got to think, if that was just the regular Bloodlord, I'm in trouble. Okay, the last Dungeon Lord room revealed. The High Throne is the room, last room of the dungeon. You'll become a legend as long as you defeat the Netherlord. Well, let's go ahead and see if we find a secret door. back to the surface, just because. So I can search here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to roll a 6 to find it. And I did not, so not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try again. I did not. So far, I have no way to get back to the surface. I guess I could check these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try those. It's any border of the dungeon. Any room that borders the exterior. There we go. All right, so I at least have a secret chute to get back to the surface. All right, what we're going to do is I keep these under 30 minutes. So in the next episode, I will be back. I will explore one of these corridors and see where it leads. And we'll keep trying. I'm down to 50 health, and I've only got 1 regen potion and 1 potion of extra health, and I've got 8 gold. So I'm a little bit nervous. All right, that's all I got. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this game of 2d6 Dungeon. I'll be back in a week with the next one. Until then, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.